everybody. It is Disney with the Ducks tonight, and we are going to play an awesome game. But before we do, I want to make sure I introduce all of my awesome hosts. As always, I am Carly with my sidekick, Jeff.
Hello.
We've got Mr. Krull.
Hello.
Kevin.
Hey, everybody.
And Jodie B.
Hello, everyone.
And as I said, we're going to play a game tonight, and it's a question game. But before we get into the Disney side of it, let's do a quick question to get to know each of you a little bit more. Since we are talking fall season is coming up, I know, Jodie, this is a matter of contention for you. Fall season is coming up. Let's start talking football. So would you rather college football or NFL football? And we'll start with Jodie.
College all the way, because they still are learning and they still make mistakes and they don't have like all the contracts and all the craziness and sort of.
They kind of do now.
Okay, in the past, but college. I just think I like the cheerleaders. I like the atmosphere. I like the tailgating. I like the band. I don't know, just something all about college football is the spirit of it all. I just like it a lot more.
It does have a vibe. All right, how about you, Kevin? NFL or college ball?
So for me, it's NFL because I went to a school that's not so good in football. So I went to Kentucky. They're a little bit better this year than they have been, but they're doing okay. But it's still growing up watching. Me and my dad would get NFL Sunday ticket, and I just remember that growing up and just watching all the games with my dad. It was just a lot of fun, and seeing all the players, watching Dan Marino and the Cowboys in the '90s, and the real good teams that really did. I kind of wish I could go back and watch that same kind of group of people, but for me, it's the pros.
Kevin, how did I not know you went to UK?
Oh, I went to UK.
All the time.
Just down the street.
One.
I know.
One college, one pro. How about you, Krull?
All right. I love college football. I think it's just the best. The excitement level, the Jodie, like you said, I mean, with the band, the cheerleaders, all of that. I just think people are more into it because you're more part of that community because you're, a student or whatever, associated with the school somehow. Plus, I grew up watching the winningest program in college football history. So seeing Michigan play every Saturday was pretty awesome. And on the flip side of that, I grew up watching the Lions. So I think that definitely skewed me towards college as well, because at least I knew Michigan had a chance to win each weekend. Where the Lions, they're just perpetually bad. But, as always, I've got my hopes up for this season for them. And, they're definitely going to make the playoffs. So, I've said that every year for, 40 years. And I think I've been right, maybe 5 times. I don't know. But no, I love college football. I feel like it's so much more exciting. The crowd is like nuts at all the games. And yeah, it's just really fun to watch.
All right. Jeff? You're agreeing, so
clearly college football is the way to go. Nothing like 106,000 people packed into the Horseshoe on Saturdays to watch football. It's a different vibe. We used to do a football pool every year for the college games where you had to pick one winning team, and you just never know who's going to. You pick a game that should be a clear blowout, and then upsets always occur. I mean, like Appalachian State, you would never think would knock off Michigan whenever they're ranked number 1 or something. So things like that, just you would never expect like that to happen. When Appalachian State was like a high school team back then, even I think they were still in the FCS. So it's just so neat to be able to watch games like that and just laugh at John. So clearly, college football is the way to go.
What about you, Carly?
Seriously, sports ball. I hate all the football. I'm sorry. I know you guys all love it, but when even the announcers' voices, when it starts to come on during the start of football season, I'm like, ugh, it just makes my skin crawl and I get irrationally angry.
That's what Herb Street Fowler and Desmond Howard will do to you.
I love those guys.
I do too.
Yeah, I even like Herb Street, and he's one of your Buckeyes.
Anybody but Joe Buck. I can't.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
rough to
that's
listen
just
to.
our one Joe Buck fan follower. So
Is there one?
Joel Klatt and
It was
Gus
Joe
Johnson are hard
Buck.
to listen to too.
yeah, I agree. I like those. I love Saturday morning when they have game day. I love it. I love watching it all. Even schools I could care less about. I love watching all the hoopla on ESPN.
Yeah, it's just it seems so much more fun. And the other thing too, like there's so many different styles of play compared to the NFL where everybody's pretty what's the right word? They're all the same, right? I mean, all the defensive styles are the same or similar.
Yeah.
You got, pro style offense. Where in college you have all these crazy things, and that's what leads to, I think, Jeff, some of your upsets there, like the stupid Appalachian State team.
Oh my. Well, okay. So I know we don't all agree on college or NFL or sports ball at all, but we all agree on Disney, which is actually what we're here to talk about.
We usually don't agree on Disney stuff either.
Well, I guess we'll find out tonight. So here's how it's going to work. Episode 31 is our Would You Rather Disney edition. And we've all come to the table with some Would You Rather questions that we are going to pose. And we're going to answer. And you guys, as you listen, can answer. And we will post this episode and you can comment underneath and let us know where we were right and where we were wrong, whether it's football or Disney opinions, whatever it is. So let's get this ball going. Kevin, do you want to start us off?
Sure. So I'll be the guinea pig on my first question, and if it's wrong, you can cut it or whatever you got to do. But so I'll do my best. But this is one that I thought about just running in my training run this week. Would you rather be the voice of Mickey Mouse for your entire life, or have a lead role in a face action movie, or not necessarily an action movie, but a live action movie where you actually are an actor in a part in a movie? So as Mickey, you can do that for life, but you're the voice, not necessarily, out there in front of everybody. They see you and they know who you are, but you are Mickey's voice, or a lead role in a movie.
But I don't have to go to the grocery store talking like Mickey Mouse, right?
No. Unless you want to.
Hey, pal.
Just
All right.
you like picking off tomatoes.
All right, I'm gonna say would you rather. I'm gonna take the voice of Mickey Mouse because I think celebrityism is not in my cards. I don't like all the followers and crazy people on Twitter feeds and keeping up with it all. And there are days that I'm lucky to get a shower, and I couldn't deal with all that. So if you're just the voice of a character that no one sees, that would be awesome because you could do it all behind your desk, and I wouldn't have to put makeup on. Perfect. That would be perfect.
So true. Dang it.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I was gonna say I'm gonna go with being the voice of Mickey Mouse as well, because I don't need to be famous. I just want the money that comes along with it. So this is perfect because you can be the guy behind the scenes.
The guy
behind the guy. Yeah. But no, I think it would be really fun to do that. And it would be something, like you said, you can do it for much longer too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it for basically your whole life because your voice is still going to remain your voice. So I think that's what I'd go with.
How about you, John or Jeff?
I am going to also go with Mickey Mouse. I know what it's like to have that prestige and fame because they had me as doing the Baywatch slow beach run whenever I was younger, and I got so much recognition from that, and it's hard to get. It's very hard to get away from that. So I would rather just be the voice where people might not recognize me again.
I don't even know what to do with that.
What do you do?
I guess I'll go. Am I the only one that's gonna say a live action movie? My God.
Kevin's gonna answer his question too after you're finished. So
okay. So I say live action. Number one, the current voice of Mickey Mouse is Brett Iwan, and I follow him on Instagram, and he is amazing and also adorable. So I don't want to take his job. And two, Jodie, you mentioned not having to do makeup, but I would love just to sit in a chair and have somebody else do my hair and my makeup every day so that I could just, keep it nice and fresh and I don't have to touch it at all. So yeah, I'm going with that. And I guess I don't have your problem, Jeff, of
Right.
already having the prestige. So, all right, Kevin. So you're the one who posed the question, but you got to answer.
Okay, so I would pick the live action also, as long as it is
Like
Star Wars.
with a lightsaber.
Yeah. It would have to be a cool role like Mace Windu or something like that, where I get my own special lightsaber in color. So yeah.
Nice. All right. I like that question. We don't have to cut that one. It's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, John, let's hear you.
Okay. All right. So my first question is, would you rather receive a 150-point DVC contract completely for free, so no buy-in cost, no dues, or get to stay one single night at Cinderella Castle Suite?
Ooh.
I'll go first on that one, and that's a no-brainer for me. I'll take the $30,000 contract over one night in the castle any day of the week. That's 50 years worth of.
But that's also like a $30,000 thing.
But that one-time deal, but that's 50 years of points that you can use for one night in the castle. I'll take the DVC contract all day long.
I am also taking the DVC contract, especially if there's no dues every year.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are there dues?
Getting out scot-free, that's lovely. So how about you, Jody?
I would take the contract. I mean, I think one amazing night of memories would be phenomenal, but a lifetime full of memories, or 15 years or 10 years or whatever it would be, I mean, that's a lot more opportunities to build those core memories. So I'd take the contract.
Yeah, and I would too, but I know it would be kind of tough since I've got a lot of history with the castle, getting engaged there and all that, but I couldn't turn down that contract, that's for sure.
Wow.
You,
I'm surprised that all of you guys picked that. I was going to go with the castle. Like, it's just one of those things that I don't think you can't really do it. You can't go out there and buy that night. I mean, right. You can do it through raffles with some of the charities, I think, and some of that kind of stuff, but you can't book that room. And I could, I could go out and buy DVC points. Eventually, we have some now, and I would like to add more later, and we can do that with just some money, right? But you can't take that money and buy a night in the castle. So, as much as it would be awesome to have all those free points, I would love to stay in that room one night. But you guys are kind of making me rethink it.
I know, but that was a good argument. Now you're making me rethink my answer.
That's good.
And you stepped all over my would you rather question, so fine.
I did?
Yeah, mine was going to be have free AP passes for a year or spend 1 week in Cinderella Castle. So, right? It's too close. I think I know what we're all going to pick. So, all right. Jody, you're up. What's your would you rather?
All right. So you all know that I'm kind of a foodie and I like the big expensive meals and I like to cook yummy meals too. So one of the things I think I'm pretty good at cooking is steak. I love the way I prep and make our steaks in our house. But there are 2 places in Walt Disney World that has pretty fabulous steak, or from what I hear, and that's Le Cellier and Yachtsman. So you had your choice of a meal that is paid for by Disney. Where are you going to go? Le Cellier or Yachtsman? What would you rather?
Ooh.
And you have to eat
first. Who's going first?
All right, Kevin, where are you going?
I can't honestly say which one that I could pick because I've never been to either one. But I would probably ask you guys which one's better. I don't really wouldn't know. I don't know. I've never eaten them.
Which one's more expensive? That's what I would.
Okay, which one's more expensive?
If it's free.
I
Probably the Yachtsman. Right?
I think they're fairly close.
I think they're close.
I think they're close.
Whichever has the best ribeye, that's where I would go.
Good choice. All right, John, what about you?
I'm going to go to Le Cellier because it's in Epcot and I love Epcot. So I would go to dinner and then walk around the park. So yeah, that's what I'm going to pick.
Awesome. Carly?
Oh, okay. Well, we had Le Cellier on our last trip and I did get steak and I was less than impressed.
Ooh.
It might be one of the worst steaks I have ever had. So I'm going to say Yachtsman because I've never been there. I do love the yacht club. I like the atmosphere there, and I need to try something different because Les Cellier didn't do it for me. How about you?
I enjoyed my Les Cellier steak. Mine was really good, actually.
Mhm.
But we've never been to Yachtsman, so just in the wanting to try new stuff, I would definitely take Yachtsman's instead of Les Cellier. Not that mine was bad. I enjoyed mine a lot. It just something different.
How about you, Jody?
I think I would try Yachtsman just because I think I get the sampling of the beer cheese soup and the little tiny petite steak at Wine and or not Wine and Dine, but
The festival booth.
festival booths. And I've never tried Yachtsman or had Yachtsman, so I think that's where I'd go.
That's the one that Gene gets in South America, right?
That's the South America for that, yeah.
Hey, side note though, our friends went with us to Les Cellier. The Beth got the same steak I got, also didn't like it, was very disappointed. And then they went to Hollywood Brown Derby the very next day at Hollywood Studios. And she said the steak there was phenomenal, the best steak she's ever had. So
What
if
kind of
anybody's
steak was
ever been to Hollywood Brown Derby, like, you got to let us know how the steak is.
I've only had the Cobb salad there, so.
Same. Yeah.
Yes. All right, you're up, sir.
All right. So mine is: would you rather spend one night in the Haunted Mansion overnight, or one night at the Hollywood Tower Terror Hotel? So we'll start with John on this one. John, what would you rather? Where would you rather spend the night?
That's a good question.
That's a good one. I like it.
I'm going to go with the Tower of Terror or the Hollywood Tower Hotel because I love the theming there and I think it's just amazing. I mean, I love Haunted Mansion too, but something about Tower of Terror, everything in there is like perfect. I don't know. That's where I'm going to go, but I think I would be really freaked out. And I'd probably need to have my wife with me to protect me or something. But I definitely would like to, I would pick that one. Plus, I think the view from up there would be amazing too. If you take the elevator.
Carly?
Haunted Mansion. It's a classic. Like, I just feel like there are a lot of different rooms you could go to, whereas Hollywood Tower Hotel basically is just like the ground floor, and then you can get on the elevator.
You don't know. There's other. Have you got off the other floors?
I have not.
All right, you don't know that.
That would be terrifying. So again, I'm still choosing Haunted Mansion because I know what's there. And also then I can go out into the rest of Magic Kingdom.
Wasn't part of it.
You didn't say it wasn't. You need to specify better next time. So it is what it is.
Jody, where would you rather stay?
Well, since I have a Haunted Mansion purse and Haunted Mansion shoes, I got to go with Haunted Mansion. I love Tower of Terror. Love, love, love it. But Haunted Mansion all the way. I want to be one of those happy haunts all night long.
Right answer.
Kevin?
I pick Haunted Mansion as well. You know, hanging out in the ballroom, that'd be pretty cool with the big buffet and all the big, the party going on, all the ghosts dancing around. That'd be fun. And then scaring people as they come by. That'd be kind of fun too. Going through the graveyard and looking at the different things moving around and the history, just the history.
Cool.
I think I would do the Tower of Terror.
Really?
Actually, there was rumors originally whenever they were building it that it was supposed to be a resort and kind of like the Galactic Star Cruiser themed where they pick you up at the airport in like the old style 1920s and 30s kind of vehicles and take you there. And it's kind of all to that theme. And I think that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I do know that you can get married on the patio. And so I'm guessing there's a banquet room or something. There's got to be.
Oh, yeah.
Have it all decked out for a wedding.
But yep, I would definitely go with the Tower of Terror.
That's an interesting place for a wedding.
Yeah.
Right?
Tower of Terror.
I mean, I have looked at the pictures online and they do look beautiful. But
I'm sure it looks
creepy.
beautiful. But just saying, I got married at the Tower of Terror. Like, I'm not sure that's how I want to start my married life.
I don't know. It's like maybe my reality.
That could be the pinnacle. It goes down there from there.
Yeah, everything's down from here.
Just like the elevator.
Right.
It all goes down.
And screaming the whole way.
Right. All right. So my first would you rather be stuck on Small World or have to evacuate from the top of Expedition Everest? John, let's go with you first.
No, those are both awful options. I'm going neither.
No.
Oh man, so
John
I'm
quits
horribly
the game.
afraid.
He's out. He's gone.
I'm horribly afraid of heights, so I'm gonna avoid having to climb down from Expedition Everest, and I guess I'm just gonna listen to that song all night.
On repeat.
Yeah, which is gonna be rough, but I think that's more bearable to me than climbing down from 150 or 200 feet up.
All those little beady eyes staring at you, though, from those dolls. No,
I think at some point you start hallucinating, and those dolls are gonna come after you. But yeah,
Chucky.
All right, Kevin. How about you?
So I'm doing. I'm going to climb down all day long. If I have to climb down, up, and then down again, I'll do it. If I don't have to spend 30 minutes in Small World, because like I said before, I would start swimming. I would be swimming trying to find my way out, or just stay underwater. Yeah,
you do. So you'll go on one, but just being stuck would
Being stuck would be it would be awful. Gotcha. I'd figure out a way to make the music stop, whatever it takes.
Claw out your eardrums. Jodie, how about you?
Well, since we just did a 5-day trip to Walt Disney World and we didn't ride Small World once, I'm absolutely positively going on Expedition Everest, and I'm enjoying that view up there and rocking it out and collecting all the hairbands and making a hairband,
No, you could rappel down from
them all.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm 100% Expedition Everest.
You could bungee jump with those.
Yeah,
just connect them all together.
Bungee jump off the side with all those hairbands. Yeah. No snow, not getting stuck on Small World. That's the stuff of nightmares.
It hurts my heart. Jeff, I know what you're gonna say.
Clearly, I'm not touching the hairbands because that's just that's another level for me that I'm not willing to go. But the walking down the steps of the roller coaster is nothing compared to even just riding Small World to begin with. So I will take that all day long.
And I will choose to be stuck on Small World, and I will enjoy every blessed minute of it because I love that ride so much. I think I have like a gazillion pictures of the same scenes every time we go on it, but I love it. And I cannot step on a 2-step ladder. So there is no way that they would ever evacuate me off that ride. I would be stuck. The fire department would come and rescue me.
We've almost had to do that in the past when she was stubborn enough to climb into our attic and then refused to come down because she wouldn't get back on the ladder.
I was crying for my mom. I was like 30. It was awful. So yeah, I'm taking Small World all day long. All right, we are ready for round 2. So let's see. Let's go in reverse order. Jeff, start us off.
All right. So would you rather have your vacation for however long, let's say a week? Would you rather stay at the Polynesian bungalow or would you rather stay at the Copper Creek cabins? And we'll start with Jodie on this one.
Well, I've never stayed at either the bungalow or the cabin.
I don't think that any of us have.
Any of us will.
Yeah, but I absolutely love Wilderness Lodge. But I don't. The cabins are the ones that are right on the water, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. There's creatures that live in that water.
Also true.
Are the bungalows on the water too?
They are.
They are, but they're lifted up. So
Water on both sides. Yeah, I still think I'm staying with Wilderness Lodge and going with Copper Creek Cabin.
nice.
Never seen either one of them. Have no idea what the amenities are or what's inside, but I'm going with the lodge.
They're fantastic. Kevin?
I'm going with the lodge for sure. I've been by the bungalows a lot. I did a fireworks cruise and they took us by those cabins and they are amazing. Mm-hmm. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I think they have their own little area. They've got kind of like an outdoor living space.
And back
You've got your own grill. I mean, you can do you could have such a fun time there.
They all have their own jacuzzis.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's more spread out. I think you may be a little too. I mean, you're in a box over the water with the bungalow, but with the cabins, you're like, it's like you're glamping. I mean, it'd be pretty cool.
John, where are you staying?
So funny that you ask, because this was one of my questions too. So I've been thinking about this all day, and I'm still torn because I love the Polynesian. It's my favorite resort, but those cabins are insanely awesome. When we bought our DVC points, we toured that, and just seeing that place it's amazing. But I think for me, I love the fireworks so much, and I love the Poly so much that I'm going to go with the bungalow for the view of the castle and the fireworks show, and the ability to just walk in and get a lapu lapu anytime I want. So yeah,
That's so funny, John. I thought you would have been no question. You would have been Polly hands down.
Yeah, I
As
thought so
a
too.
betting person, I would have said, "Oh, this is easy. John's gonna pick Polly."
it was tough because I love those cabins. Those cabins are awesome, and Wilderness Lodge is one of my favorite resorts. Especially like if it was at Christmas time, I might make a different decision and go with the cabins. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I can't pick against the Poly, I guess. So yeah.
Carly, where are you staying?
I think I'm going to surprise you because I agree with John 100% that if it were Christmas time, cabins, but you would be amazed if you walk in and tour those DVC Poly bungalows, and they will take you on tours. They're huge, and they just have this very South Pacific feel to them. And I know I'm probably never, ever going to make it to that type of area in real life because that's a heck of a long plane ride that I will never agree to. But I love them. And looking straight across at the castle, and yeah, it's got a beachy feel. It makes me feel like I'm at the beach. How about you?
This one's been torn for me too. I think depends on the type of trip. If I'm going on something where it's a race weekend, I would pick the cabins because they got the nice little private hot tubs, and
So does Polly.
they have a pool. It's not the same.
Oh.
So they each have their own little private pool. So I think it depends on the type of trip that I'm doing. But generally speaking, I think that the cabins would probably outweigh the bungalows just for the traffic going back and forth in front. That's a big detriment to me. I don't want the big ferry boats going all the time, coming back and forth from Magic Kingdom or the boats. The cabins are a little bit more secluded, so
That's true.
I think I'll take that. So, who's next?
Jodie is up next. Let's hear your would you rather.
All right, so would you rather? This one is for the runners of our group, which is all of us. So would you rather do the 4 races at Marathon Weekend and do that, Marathon Weekend in January, or do 2 of the other 3 weekends where you get all 3 races? So you get either 2 weekends with the 3 races, or you get 1 weekend of the 4 races.
Is it current races or can it be past ones?
If you don't like, if it's short, for you, Cav, you can do a Star Wars race. You can put that in there. So you got to pick though, either just Marathon Weekend or 2 of the other 3. What are you gonna pick? Would you rather, Kevin? What were you gonna?
Okay, so as much as I love Star Wars, as much as I love the other race weekends, nothing tops Marathon Sunday. That is like, to me, Super Bowl Sunday. It's so much fun. The turnout for that race is amazing. They go all out. It's just unbelievable, and the feeling in that race, in that weekend, and the people that are there, it's just so much fun. And the 5K and 10K, all kinds of pomp and circumstance with those. But when you hit half marathon Saturday and marathon Sunday, and you complete those 4 races or even one of the races, you just get, you run into a lot of people at the parks that have just completed something that they never thought they could do. And it's just, there's a lot more people that do that on those weekends than on a normal Run Disney weekend. So I'm picking Marathon Weekend.
All right. What about you, John?
So I'm going with Marathon Weekend too. As much as I want to do Wine and Dine and Springtime Surprise, because I've already done Princess a few times, and I love that race too. But Kevin, you're right. Like, just with the people there at Marathon Weekend, there's so many people from the Lizards. Just such a fun event. I mean, it was really one of the best weekends of my life. So I want to relive that again. So I'm going to go with Marathon Weekend.
Carly?
I'm going to say wherever my ducks are going. So it sounds like most of you are heading to Marathon Weekend. I don't care where I am as long as I'm with you guys. So that's my answer.
I like that answer.
Jeff?
The only race weekend we've done is Marathon Weekend. We signed up for the ones in 2020 that were all canceled. We're doing Wine and Dine this year, the 5K as a family, but I can't imagine the Wine and Dine with the smaller crowds and the 3 races can even get close to the experience of what Marathon Weekend does with that flagship event and just the people that are there. And so it's going to have to be the one event versus the 2 of the other ones for me.
So I got a question about Wine and Dine. I've never done it. I know that they have the after party. And in the past it was a night race. So what is that? What's that like? Is that kind of a game changer or?
We did Wine and Dine just this past year, 2021. That was Tim's very first run Disney race ever. And we loved the after party. We had a great time. We hung out with Wade and Reggie and I loved it. We really just chilled. I met Shadow Man, which was fun. I mean, we didn't really do anything. I don't even know if we went on a ride, maybe one. But I really liked it. I thought it was a fun event. They did, I don't know if I think it was that spectacular that I would go do it just for that, but I really liked the post party. I like those private events though, where they're smaller crowds.
Right.
Yeah,
we'll be flying out Sunday evening, so we won't be going to the post party. But I hear it's fun. But the problem is, by the time you get there, unless you've taken that nap in the middle of the day, you're exhausted by the time the party rolls around. So
yeah. All right. Who's next?
Did you answer the would you rather?
I did.
You did. Okay.
Did Jodie answer hers?
Oh yeah. Did you answer?
I don't know if I answered. No, I would do Marathon Weekend. I haven't done any of the springtime surprises or the old, Star Wars or whatever iteration that springtime surprise race was doing. I've done Princess, I've done Wine and Dine, and I've done Marathon, and I by far love Marathon the most.
Yes. Same.
Yep.
All right, John, your next round 2 would you rather is
Okay. So you can only go to one park. Would you rather go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios? You're only in town for one day, and you
keep stepping on my freaking toes, man.
Oh,
exact
I'm
same
sorry.
question. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Right.
Great minds think alike, though, Carly.
I know. Jeff, answer.
Epcot, hands down. They got the festivals. You have the drinking around the world. You have good rides, Figment's there. That's not even a question for me.
Same. I am at Epcot also. It's Riley's favorite park. So, yep, that's where I'm at. Jody, how about you?
Hollywood Studios. I love Hollywood Studios. I love the thrill rides. I love the atmosphere. I love Galaxy's Edge. I love Toy Story Land. I love Hollywood Studios. To me, it's not a trip to Disney without a trip to Hollywood Studios. So I think maybe once Epcot is done,
yes,
maybe I'll have a different feeling. But I desperately think that Epcot needs more attractions. I think although I enjoy the countries, I think the World Showcase lacks things to do. I think it needs more.
You know they have the drinking booths, right, Jody?
I do, but they're fine.
Okay, just making sure you knew that those were there.
They're there. They're fine. But there's some good beverages at Hollywood Studios too. So I'm Hollywood Studios.
All right. How about you, Kevin?
It's a tough one for me. As much as I love Figment and everything, I'm picking Hollywood Studios for my 2 favorites, Star Wars and Toy Story. I mean, I think Guardians might help bridge that gap for me because I've not been able to do that yet. But Epcot's growing on me even more. I mean, I've always been a big Epcot fan, but
Guardians
right now,
one ride and one. If they don't have like a Guardians Land, it's just one ride.
I've got to go to Batu. I'm in Batu for sure.
Yes. How about you, John?
So for me, it's tough because I love Toy Story Land, love Galaxy's Edge, but Epcot is my favorite park. Just the food, the drinks, the walking around and seeing the different cultures. I love all of that. And I like the rides there a lot too, especially with Guardians now. Plus they have the Skyline. Well, I guess Hollywood Studios has a Skyliner too. So it's tough, but no, Epcot's my favorite. And I even love Harmonious. So I know that's maybe a controversial take, but yeah, I don't know. I feel at home when I'm at Epcot. So more so than I do, I think, at the other parks.
Yes. All right, Kevin, your round 2 would you rather question.
Okay. Another one centered around the Fab Five. So would you rather be accident prone like Goofy or have a bad temper like Donald?
Oh. I feel like I already am both of these.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing.
All right, John. So if you had to just pick one, which one would it be?
Honestly, I would rather be accident prone and kind of a goofball than be like someone angry and mean and that type of thing. So I would like to be more like Goofy, but I think in real life I'm probably more like Donald. So I'm gonna say Goofy though, because I think that's I don't know. It would be fun. I think it would be more fun.
Jeff.
I'm probably more like Donald. I think his anger comes from a good heart, though. So
whatever you're gonna tell yourself, man.
So I don't think he's a bad guy. He just gets frustrated very easily, and I think we can all relate to that. Yes. So rather than risk injury all the time, I think I'd rather be a little more angry.
How about you, Jodie?
I'm married to a Donald who tends to blow up and get angry. So I guess I have to balance out. I have to go with Goofy. And since I tripped and fell on my run on Saturday, I guess I've got in my old age now and got some of that clumsiness. So yeah, I'm going to go Goofy. I guess I'll make people laugh when they see me make a fool of myself. So there we go.
Yes. Like I said, I think I road rage like Donald and have some other Donald moments, but if I had to pick which one I could let go, I would prefer to let my Donald side go and be more Goofy. And I definitely am accident prone. Like you can tell when the school year starts because I start to have bruises like right across my thighs because that's the desk level in my room. So I run into them all the time. It's just awful. Or I trip in the hallway or, a myriad of other things. So definitely Goofy.
Yeah, and for me, I'm more like Donald. I need to be more like Goofy. I would rather be more like Goofy, but I think maybe if Donald just had some pants, he might not be so angry. Maybe wearing pants would be a good idea. That's what coronavirus has done to all of us with doing these meetings with no pants. So if people put pants on, maybe everybody would be a little more Goofy. So.
That's hilarious, but yes.
Kevin, that was great.
Is the only one that doesn't wear pants?
I think so.
Pants? Mickey has pants?
Mickey doesn't wear a shirt.
Daisy has a skirt.
Right, and so does Minnie.
Yeah, why?
He just needs some pants. That's all.
Gives a duck some pants. I've never noticed that before. Now I feel like Donald's a flasher.
Well, it's even weirder that he has a shirt on.
Yeah.
Because like he's obviously
he doesn't want to get his pants wet. That's part of it.
Now we know why he's angry. Now we know why he's angry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a draft. All right. Well then, that took care of Kevin. Is that me?
You're up for the next one.
All right. Oh, well, John stole you can only pick one park. All right. So would you rather be friends with Genie, no wishes, but friends with Genie, or friends with Timon and Pumbaa?
Oh.
Right.
Which the live action Will Smith or the Robin Williams?
No, the Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, yeah.
Robin Williams, hands down. Jodie?
I'm going to go Genie. I think he's funny. So, I don't know. Doesn't Pumbaa like toot a lot? I don't know.
Yes, there is lots of flatulence.
Yes,
with the
I don't
peanut.
need all that smell in my life. So yeah. I'm gonna go with Genie.
Oh, his heart is broken.
Yeah.
Kevin, how about you?
So as much as I would like to be no worries, I think I would probably pick Genie because I'm sure he has seen some really cool, really amazing things in his time, and he's so funny and just as long as it's Robin Williams, I'm all over it. I'm picking Genie.
How about you, Krull?
So I'm gonna go with the Genie as well because Aladdin was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I love the Genie. And like you said, Robin Williams was the perfect actor, I think, for it. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna go.
Jeff?
Genie, even without the wishes, he still has the ability to do things to make things fun. So you can fly places. You don't need the wishes for that. He kind of just did that stuff on his own. So I would definitely take the Genie over the eating grubs and
Yeah, well, when you put it like that, that's not appealing. But I'm Genie also. But my question is, would it have changed your mind if it was the Will Smith version?
No, I was just
No,
kidding.
not really. I just like Robin Williams is awesome. I love him.
I do too. Man.
What if the Will Smith version slapped you? Would that change it?
Now the Ducks have been canceled. Thanks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, good job, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm still going with Genie, even if he has a violence issue.
All right, let's head back to Jodie. You haven't gone first, so round 3, you're starting us off.
All right. So you are going to a park and you are given a coupon for a treat, but it's only one treat that you have to have the entire day. You can't have anything else. Would you rather your treat be a Dole Whip or a Mickey ice cream bar? You get all you can eat of it, but it's got to be only one of those two. All right, Kevin. What are you picking, Dole Whip or Mickey ice cream bar?
I love the Mickey bars, but I think I'm going to pick Dole Whip because it's just refreshing and that kind of thing. And I think they have different flavors of it. You know, you can get the orange kind, you can get the different iterations of it. So I'll cheat a little bit on that and maybe add a little bit of rum here and there. So there's rum involved. I'm picking the Dole Whip.
I like how you just bend the rules there a little bit.
Okay.
You know?
You said Dole Whip.
I'm glad he did it first.
It's not a Dole Whip unless it has that.
All right, John, where are you going? Mickey ice cream bar or Dole Whip?
I'm going with Kevin's rum-infused Dole Whip. No, I think the Dole Whip is just, to me, it's so delicious, especially on a hot day. You mentioned it being refreshing. I mean, it's just so good. And walking around, you know, with that pineapple flavor and everything, it's wonderful. So I love that. And I as much as I love Mickey bars, we can now buy them at Target. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the same, but they might be the same, you know?
They're a lot smaller.
Are they? Okay. But yeah, and you know, when it's 95 degrees and humid out, I don't need all that dairy sitting in my gut. So I'm gonna go with the Dole Whip.
Better to have rum in your gut.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
All right, Carly, which one?
I am going Dole Whip. As much as I hate to stand in line at Aloha Aisle to get a Dole Whip, I much prefer that. Again, different flavors. They've got the rum. And I don't know, ice cream sandwiches are ice cream sandwiches no matter where you get them. It's chocolate and vanilla ice cream. Nothing exciting about that. So Dole Whip all day long.
Okay, Jeff, I want you to answer, but I have to say something. So Aloha Aisle, I swear they used to have mobile order, and this last time they did not.
Did.
Did
They
they?
did.
Yeah.
They had mobile order.
They did not have
Oh.
it in July. There was no mobile order for Aloha Aisle.
But their mobile order is ridiculous because you
Yeah.
place your order on there and you pay, and then they call your number and you go up and you wait in this long line anyway, and you get to the front and then they make your Dole Whip.
You tell them what you ordered once you got to the front,
Right? So
and then they make it.
I've just never understood the mobile
Yes,
order.
maybe
there.
that's why they got rid of it. But anyway, sorry, sidebar. Okay, Jeff, your answer, Dole Whip or Mickey ice cream bar?
Mickey ice cream bar. I'm not a Dole Whip fan. I'm not a big ice cream fan in general, so at least this way I get some chocolate with it. So we'll go with the Mickey ice cream
You're
bar.
so boring.
I'll be boring with Jeff. I'm going with a Mickey ice cream bar. I'm a
Ooh,
chocolate and vanilla girl. I don't like the like fruit flavored candies. I don't like rum. So I'm gonna get that Mickey ice cream bar all day.
it hurts my heart.
Yeah,
All right,
sorry.
I still love
First,
you.
my daughter's heart. She loves Dole Whips. All right, who's next?
Let's go to Kevin.
Okay. Would you rather have a lightsaber or a magic wand? Was that yours?
Yes.
No.
I was gonna go lightsaber or a blaster, but magic wand is better. I like yours better. So, all right. Who's up first?
I would take a lightsaber. The one you have to learn spells and all that stuff, and you're inevitably going to screw it up, and something bad's going to happen. Lightsaber, you just kind of hack and go. So I'll take the lightsaber.
You're gonna end up like chopping off your own arm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll do the little twirly thing and wave my
It's
arm.
not Star Wars
Right?
unless you
He
lose
just
a
Darth
limb.
Mauled himself.
Right. Definitely a lightsaber.
I am definitely going wand because if I am now goofy and accident prone all the time, I would rather magic something to happen that I could then undo than accidentally Darth Maul myself. And that's just the end of it. How about you, Krull?
I'm going with the lightsaber. To me, that is like the greatest weapon from a movie ever. So, I like all of you guys. I mean, I grew up in the '80s and watching Star Wars, and you've seen that lightsaber your whole life, and it's just awesome. I love the sound, everything. So that's what I'm doing.
All right. Jodie, are you team wand?
What I am, because I think a lightsaber is more of a weapon and something you use to defend yourself or to battle with. Where I think a wand, I can clean up my dishes. Like I think of, go vacuum my floor. Those are the things that I want my wand to do, where my lightsaber is just going to chop off somebody's arm. So I don't run into that situation on a daily basis very often. I have dishes every day. So
if you had a lightsaber, you would find those situations so you get to play.
Yeah.
you haven't found someone's arm to chop off.
I could take care of my dishes with a lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't have any more dishes. Like,
Right.
you just have to keep
You'd be like,
finding
Katie, pool.
and you don't have a wand more dish situation. So,
But Jodie, that's a very mom answer.
I don't like violence. Like I don't want to kill anyone or maim anyone. So I'm going with a wand. I want
Very
my chores done.
practical. I like
Yes.
it.
It's see, we ladies, we're being practical. We're thinking
Yeah.
as cool as it would be, but I need the wishes to do the things that I don't want to do. Go clean the toilet. I don't want
That
to
is a good. That's funny that you two both picked that, and then the guys on here all picked the lightsaber.
You haven't heard from Kevin yet. You're assuming.
Oh,
I think
well-
you're right.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, so I'll take my rum infused Donald Goofy whatever all mixed together with no pants and my lightsaber, and I'll probably chop my leg off, but I'm picking lightsaber every time. But it would look cool while I did it, and it's hot enough that it would just cauterize anything. So I mean, there you go.
Carly and I can go with our wands and make a spell to make your leg grow back.
Awesome.
There we go. Yes.
I want mall robot legs. That's what I want.
Oh my god. Now I'm just picturing you with Donald Duck legs. Like that's all I got.
So you're picturing Kevin with no pants.
And Jeff's sitting right there.
Too far, lady.
All right, moving on. John, you're up.
Oh, okay. All right. So we all know one of the things Disney does really well is holidays. So what I'm going to ask is, would you rather go to Disney during Halloween or during Christmas?
There goes mine, John.
This is why we made backups.
Right?
Jodie, you want to start us off?
Well, I've been lucky enough to go both times at Halloween and Christmas. And I love them both for different reasons, but I think I'm going to pick Halloween. because I love all things pumpkin. I love the grave diggers when they do their dancing and the headless horseman and all that. So I think I'm going, and there's a little villainish kind of edge to Halloween, which I think is cool. So as much as I loved Christmas at Disney, I think I loved Halloween at Disney more. That's my answer.
Kevin, how about you?
So for me, I'm picking Christmas. It's part of the reason why I picked Marathon Weekend for my favorite Run Disney, because they typically still have a lot of the decorations up, and running into Magic Kingdom, even after mile 13 and seeing the Christmas tree, it's just it's that first little thing you get right before you head down Main Street, and I just love it. And just seeing the kids and seeing the parades and seeing, all of that, and it's just so much fun to see. It's almost like being in a small town, almost like a Hallmark movie, I guess, but we're in real life. So,
Yep.
John.
So I'm definitely going with Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. I've been to Disney for both Halloween and Christmas as well, and I love Halloween. I love the party that we went to there and everything. But Christmas to me is just like the best holiday. I mean, I think some of you guys know, but we put our tree up like mid-October some years. So it's just something I love. It brings me a lot of joy. And just, Kevin, you mentioned it. You walk down Main Street, it's like you're in a small town from one of those cheesy movies, and it's just perfect. I don't know. And then all of we stayed in Wilderness Lodge when we were there for Christmas, and they had carolers coming through in the lobby. It's like the perfect place to be for Christmas for me. So that's what I'm picking.
How about you?
Christmas by far. I love the Halloween, the Boo-to-You parade and Hallowishes is great, but there's nothing like going through Epcot with all the different countries set up with the different Santa Clauses, things like that. That week between or after Thanksgiving, that first week of December is one of my favorite times of the year to go. The crowds are less. It's just, it's a great time for me.
I agree. Christmas is my favorite at Disney. There's like something very cool about being able to go in anywhere and grab a hot chocolate for free and some cookies and then wander around while it's snowing on Main Street. And just the kids are in such a happy mood, and they're all being very good because Santa's watching. So it makes them even better. So I'm going Christmas. So, all right, Jeff, your last round.
All right. Would you rather rope drop a park and be there till about 5 o'clock at night, or not be able to start at a park till afternoon, but you shut it down afterwards? So are you a rope dropper or a park closer? We'll start with John.
So I like to do both on the same day, generally. But man, that's a good question. So I think I'm going to go with closing the park down. It depends too, though. If I'm with my kids, I'll probably do the rope drop because they tend to get tired earlier at night. But I love being out at night. So for me personally, I would pick closing the park down. Because I think the rides are better at night anyway. I mean, you go down Splash Mountain and you come out of the thing right before you drop and you see the castle and everything else. It's just really, really cool. So the way everything's lit up and all that stuff is awesome. So yeah, I'm going to go with night.
Kevin?
Just like with John, I'm on the same page. I think going at night, if I'm by myself or with you guys or with other adults, then, nighttime much better. Rope dropping with the kids and getting them, because they're going to be ready to go. If it's once the sun goes down, it starts to get cranky monster time. So, definitely picking the nighttime if I'm going solo.
All right, Jodie, what about you?
Well, in real life, I'm an early riser. I'm a morning person. I like to go to bed early. I like to go to sleep early. And at Disney, I like to rope drop early, but I do love the parks at night. I love the lights. I love the smell. I like I just like everything about it. Now, except sometimes Epcot late at night on a weekend. I don't care for the crowd, but I just there's something special at night. That it's just the way that things are lit up and the just kind of the vibe of it. So even though I like to get up early, I like to get at it. I think I'm surprising myself and picking the evening.
Carly?
I am going evening also. Anytime I'm with my family, they make me rope drop. I hate the crowds at rope drop. All the people running to different rides makes me anxious. I don't know why, but I feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta go or I'm never gonna get on. So showing up after that craziness is over and just being able to chill and enjoy the park, especially it clears out a lot in the evenings as you get close to park close.
Yeah.
So definitely close. How about you?
I enjoy rope dropping. You get so much done in the mornings before anything happens. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd rather be there at night with the fireworks and the late stuff in the parks in the evenings.
That goes against your commando thing.
I can't do both.
You can't go commando.
I can't do both. Nope.
So you're wearing the underwear and staying out late.
I am.
There we go. Okay, good choice. All right, my last one is going to be super easy, and you have to pick. There's no cheating. So would you rather start Epcot in Mexico or would you rather start Epcot in Canada? John, where are you going?
Mexico I don't even know. We've had this argument so many times in our house, and I honestly don't even know anymore which one I want. So I think I prefer going to Canada first because I want to get to, I love France and I love the UK. So I think I'm going to go that way. But if you ask Katie, she'll tell you that, no, we always go Mexico way. And that's the way I want to go or something. So it turns into a whole thing. But I feel like, because the last time we stayed, we were at Beach Club. So we came in the International Gateway and then we'd go to the right to France and go around that way. So I'm going with that.
The right answer is what you're saying is France.
Yes.
That's cheating.
That's still the wrong answer.
It's still the wrong answer. Kevin, how about you?
So I'm starting like John. I'm starting over in Canada. For some reason, every time I've gone to Epcot, I always go counterclockwise. I just like it that way. I can get my fish and chips over at the fish and chip place and get, a nice harp ale, something like that, to kind of get started. Get a nice, pretzel or something in Germany and just kind of work your way around and finish off with a good dinner in Mexico. So,
you mean the great big pretzel in Germany is a good pretzel?
Oh, geez. That was not a would you rather question.
No.
Jodie, how about you? Mexico or Canada?
I've never been picky about it. I never have really had a strong choice. I'm kind of with John. I'm France. I like to go to France first. So I guess I'm going Canada first so I can get to France faster. It's never been a thing for me. All these people get up in arms about it and I don't care. I just give me a beverage and give me some food and I'm happy.
Jeff, how about you?
Canadian or Mexican, I don't care.
I go Canada. The correct answer is the UK, but we'll go Canada instead.
I said you can't cheat.
I said cheating. The correct answer, but I'll still stick to yours. I will go with Canada. There's a Joffrey's card on the way to the Mexican Pavilion, but there's also one right in the Canada one. And I have a good friend that's from Canada that whenever I get there, I got to get my Joffrey's drink for Cindy. So it just reminds me of having drinks around the world with Cindy. So it's the same drink, but I get the Canadian version. So.
Nice. I also say Canada. Now they have the Ottawa apple drink at one of the Canada carts that they used to have in Les Celliers. And then also the UK Pavilion has my new favorite drink, which is a black and cider. So yes, I'm starting and drinking around the world early through Canada. All right. I know we have other questions, but we are running short on time, which just means that we get to do this again in the future with the rest of our questions. I'm so excited. But before we wrap up, we need to make everybody laugh, quacking up with the ducks. So are your jokes ready, people?
We're ready.
I even had a good one earlier this week and I forgot it.
Right.
That's what I get for not writing it down.
All right. Kevin, start us off with a good joke.
Okay. So what do you call Chewbacca when he gets chocolate in his fur?
Oh, I don't know.
A chocolate chip Wookiee.
I like that one. I'm going to use that at school. The kids are going to
I hope
hate
it
me.
makes them really mad.
It will. It always does. John, how about you?
All right. So since it's football season, I have a football themed joke. Where's the best place in America to shop for a football uniform?
I don't know.
New Jersey.
Nah.
Nice.
I heard that one before too, and I didn't even remember it.
Oh my. All right, Jeff, you're up.
All right. Speaking of Cindy, who we just mentioned on a few seconds ago here, she's felt bad for me the last couple of weeks because apparently my jokes have been less than stellar, apparently. So she sent me one here that I found enjoyable. So we will go with, what do you call a T-Rex who sells guns? They're a small arms dealer.
I don't know what sound I just made, but that
But it will be my ringtone from now on, John.
Yeah.
was a good one.
Anybody that wants to buy it, send me 99 cents. I will send you this ringtone of John's noise.
That's great. All right, Jody, your joke is up.
All right. Why did Fido beat up Rover?
Oh, I don't know.
Because Rover was a boxer.
Long
It
joke.
got funny the more I understood it. It took me a hot minute. I laughed just to be nice, and then I actually got it.
That happens to me a lot too. Yeah.
Yes. I'm kind of slow sometimes. It's okay. I'm stealing my joke tonight from my friend Angela. She sends me jokes all the time, and I love them. And then I always forget by the time we get here because I panic. But did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France? There was nothing left but debris. In case any of you are just pity laughing, brie, the cheese, the brie.
I got it. I was trying to come up with something with Gouda. That's where mine was going.
Yeah.
Couldn't come up
It definitely wasn't
with
Gouda.
Gouda. So
Oh boy.
All right. Well, I hope that we made you guys laugh because we certainly made John make some noise. I don't know. Was that a laugh? I think it was a laugh. We're gonna rate our jokes on a John weird noise scale from now on.
Like it.
But this wraps up episode 31. Please make sure that you check us out on all our socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, all of them, TikTok, Disney with the Ducks, and we are also on Twitter, Disney with the D1. And we would love to see you over on any of those social media channels and join in the conversation. If you are on your podcast catcher of choice, if you could also give us some 5-star reviews and let us know what you think, that would be great. It helps us get into your podcast algorithm and reach more people so that we can keep this community growing. On behalf of me and all of the other Duck hosts tonight, thanks for listening.
Quaharini, everybody.
bye.
I got it.
Hi everybody.
And I don't try and suppress sneezes because when I do, I end up farting. Oh my God.
Who needs Pumbaa when we've got Carly?
You do it, John. I'll edit him out.
Quaharini.